Alrighty, hello and welcome here to track 1. We have got the Division 2 third place game. That is Diamond Valley Rough Cuts against Westside Gory.
This is going to be a great game, really good matchup. We are excited to read out your teams now, starting with Westside Derby Dolls, who have called themselves, in the spirit of Halloween, Westside Gory. They have changed their team names. We have 07 Spillmore, 114 Crotch Candy Corn, 127 Crosbeast, 222 Spooky, what is it? Cointro, sorry. 23 Slime Spider, 27 Tina, 32 Grim Henson, love that one. 369 Connie Fracas? Is that Fracas? Thanks. 425 Jack-O-Lantern. 460 Murderface, doesn't need to be changed. 8 Moldy Socks. 903 Kapow. 915 Raybot. And 99 Helter Skelter.
Alrighty, we will go through the Rough Cuts players once the jam has started. On the jam line, we do have Slappuccino for the Rough Cuts against Crosbeast for Westside. All right, jam is on. Both teams doing a great job of locking up in a 4-on-4 defense. Crosby's taking a big hit to the ground. I believe Splatterpuss was responsible for that. Slappuccino knocked to the inside and run back by Jack-O-Lantern. Both jammers really struggling with these tight packs. And we've seen our first penalty of the game. Splatterpuss is heading to the penalty box. Nice
there is a lot of blue on the track right now. A lot of blue.
All right, we've got a multiplayer block assessed to one of the Rough Cuts players as well. Crosby's taking advantage of the fact of there only being 2 Rough Cuts blockers on the track. She has pushed through for lead jammer.
That is our first lead of the game, going to Westside Gory.
Nice work there by Vodka Bruiser, knocking Crosby's to the inside and running them back. Slappuccino out the front of the pack. She is your lead jammer.
I thought we already had lead.
Apparently not.
That was confusing.
Looks like Crosby's got through first, but was not assessed as lead jammer, picking up 4 points on a scoring pass. Cut track being assessed on Grim Henson just as that jam came to a conclusion. I will quickly run through our players for Rough Cut Rollers. 101 Campaign, 1111 Vodka Bruiser, 141 Buster Seams, 210 5 Foot Feisty, 2311 Little Susie, 303 Reprimander, 369 Skate Invader, 37 Penalty Box, 74 Tame Impala, Paler, 8008 Splatterpuss, and 93 Slappuccino.
And lining up on the jam line, we have Tame Impala jamming for Rough Cuts. And Rory is jamming for Westside, but her name at the moment is Gory Spillmore, I believe.
Mm-hmm. That's what the shirt says.
I like it.
Sure. We got the rest having a bit of a chat in the middle. Everyone taking a moment to just have a bit of a chat over there on the jam line.
I wonder what they're talking about.
After party, maybe. All right, looks like this jam is about to get going.
And the jam is underway.
Again, we're seeing that 4-on-4, all playing defense off the line. Jammers really struggling to push through. Moldy Socks heading to the penalty box.
And that is lead jammer to the Rough Cut Rollers, Tame Impala. Impala?
Impala.
So it looks like we have Slappuccino lining up for the Rough Cuts on the jam line.
Jam is on.
Jack doing some amazing defense at the front there.
Slappuccino pushing past, picking up lead jammer. Now Westside were out there with only 2 blockers on the track.
Amazing catch by Jack at the front there. A force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, nice work there by Slappuccino, picking up another 5-point pass. Beautiful footwork there by Slappuccino. Westside did have a chance to clear a lot of their players from the penalty box. I believe they've got 1 blocker in there at the moment, so Rough Cuts will start with the pack advantage.
I can already tell this is going to be a super exciting game.
Yeah, we've had some great games this afternoon, both here and on track 2.
People certainly haven't stopped bringing it, even though they're exhausted.
That is true.
Lining up on the jam line, we have Tame Impala for the Rough Cuts. And we have, what's her special new name?
It's still Helter Skelter.
It's still Helter Skelter. It doesn't need to
Skeletor.
Oh, Skeletor.
Very
See, it doesn't
clever.
need to change that much.
It's true.
I think I don't like to play favourites, but I think Moldy Socks might have to be my favourite.
It's a pretty good variation on an already great name. Out there. Nice hit there by Jack and Moldy Socks, making life difficult for Tame Impala.
That's just soul destroying.
Looks like Tame Impala was issued lead though. It is soul destroying.
I mean, you've just gotten out, you're free, then Moldy Socks come up and hit you out of the line.
It's true. Helter Skeletor.
Forcing the call off there.
Yeah.
Refs seem to be having a little discussion. I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm curious.
Big shout out to everyone who is watching this from home. It's mostly working. Apologies for any technological glitches. We are in Bendigo after all.
It's not our fault.
That's what I tell my boss when I can't get the internet to connect here. All right, looks like we have got Murderface out there jamming for Westside, and
that is 369, Skate Invader.
For the Rough Cuts.
So for their name change, Westside Glory to Westside Gory, they even got new shirts made.
That is commitment.
I love that.
I love any excuse for a new shirt with my name on the back though.
Right, I like to collect bout shirts. I'm kind of jealous. I might see if I can get one of them to give me their shirt after this.
That seems legit.
I'll try and use my charm.
All right, everyone having a chat out there. That was a team time out for Westside. I did learn in my previous game that if we don't know what's going on, you can look at the board and it tells you which team has asked for a team timeout.
I feel like I should have known that.
Yeah, I feel like I should have known that before last game. All right, out there, Murderface. And who do we say? Skate Invader as our jammers.
And that is Skate Invader out, getting lead for the Rough Cuts.
Yeah. Nice hit there by someone knocking Murderface to the inside. They've been recycled to the back.
Westside have a great 3-wall up the front there, though. It looks almost impenetrable.
Yeah, we've been seeing some really strong triangle formations by all teams this weekend. It's clearly something everyone's been working on.
It's good to see. Unfortunately, we have Murderface off for a cut track, I believe it was. So that'll be a power jam to the Rough Cuts.
Yeah. Kapow doing a great job of burning the clock, though, running Skate Invader all the way to the back of the pack. A lot of jostling going up further in the pack.
Westside will not give up their points easily. And that is a call-off from the Rough Cuts.
Sure is. That will ice the jammer in the penalty box, and we will start with another Rough Cuts power jam. Looks like they've decided Slappuccino is the person to do the most damage with that advantage, so we'll see what she can do.
I like their diamond leggings. Are you noticing that? The cohesive leggings are like, they seem to be a huge trend at the moment.
Yeah, the one-sided pant. Ooh, pivot line start. I do like one of those.
Just mixing it up a little bit. Westside are not going to give up those points easily, though, power jam or not.
Yeah, that is true.
Jack doing some great backwards blocking at the front there. Forcing Slappuccino out.
Yeah, I feel like there was a momentary pause where Slappuccino was not entirely sure whether there was a potential for a cut and just went, you know what, I'm going to play it safe.
There's a nice little hip hit in the end there by Ray.
There was an excellent penalty kill there by the Westside Gory.
Westside Gory, yes.
Yeah. Slappuccino through, picking up 5 points. Murderface has returned from the penalty box and is now eligible to score.
Slappuccino calling it off, playing it safe. I really like the Rough Cuts shirts. Their little missing head on one of those little cutout girl, look like paper cutouts or something. I like it.
All right, Tame Impaler out there jamming for the Rough Cuts and Crosbeast for Westside.
That is a scary matchup. These are two great teams. This is going to be a great game to watch. I'm already excited. I'm excited for the whole game.
They are fighting it out for third place in Division 2. Both these teams highly familiar with each other, being located relatively close to each other, and also both competing in the Victorian Statewide Stampede Tournament for the last 2 years. Tame Impaler caught up between a really powerful wall there of Westside at the back.
The pack is moving really slowly at the moment.
Crosby's suffering the exact same thing at the front. I believe this is a really grindy pack.
It shows that both teams amazing control in their blocking. If you can keep the pack that slow, you've got to be really good at those walls, those strong braced walls.
Yeah. Both teams will be taking advantage of the fact that they have had a chance to skate on this floor all weekend, get a feel for it.
Get a bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
Both teams are down one blocker, it seems, though, at the moment.
Tame Impaler around 5 points picked up on that pass. Crosbeast has made it out of the pack after...
Crosby doing a clever little whip on the outside there.
Quite a fast pack moving out there. Tame Impaler hit the back of the pack, calls the jam. 0-0 on this pass, but there had previously been a 5-point pickup for the Rough Cut Rollers.
Great job from both teams then. Really, really strong blocking.
So it looks like we're going to see Gory Spillmore out there jamming for Westside Gory and Buster Seams for Rough Cuts.
Looks like they might be going for a pivot line start.
Yeah, I do like it when they give their jammers a chance to get a little bit of a run up out there.
Amazing footwork on the inside there by Rory.
Yeah, that was really good.
She gets through for lead jammer and she does it with confidence.
Yeah, passing Vodka Bruiser and Splatterpuss, which is a partnership that is fairly difficult. Buster seems free from the pack as well. Gory Spillmore in here on a scoring pass. Beautiful footwork there.
Rory picking up all 4 points then and managing to call it off before the Rough Cuts can score any points. Clever gameplay there.
Looks like Kapow picked up a penalty there just in the last moments of that jam. So Westside will be going out with 3 blockers to start. All right, nice work there by Helter Skeletor. Dropping down and popping up, but Slappuccino, jammer for the Rough Cuts, has picked up lead jammer already.
She has been jamming brilliantly this weekend, and this whole year actually. I've seen some amazing stuff out of Rough Cuts this year. Definitely a tough team to come up against, but Westside are fighters.
Yeah. Slappuccino picking up 5 points on that pass. Helter Skeletor sent to the penalty box.
Picking up speed in that pack.
Yeah, it is a fast-moving pack. That seems to be okay, though. Slappuccino pretty speedy on her feet. Another 5 points.
Not without a fight, though.
Beautiful offense there by the rough cut. Slappuccino slipping through, picks up another 5, and that is the jam called.
That was a 15-point jam for the rough cuts. Significant. That's good jam.
Yeah, 15 points making all the difference. If it had been 15 points picked up by the Glory instead, we would be looking at a tied game. That is how close it is here on track 1.
It's Tame Impala going up against Murderface on the jam line there. The jam has started.
Yeah, again, seeing 2 tight, grindy 4D set up in their packs, just making life difficult. Tame Impala picking up a penalty there.
That is lead status for the West Side Gory and Murderface.
Vodka Bruiser also heading to the penalty box. So we do have a power jam for West Side.
We're seeing some great team offense by West Side there to get that jammer out. And she is out. 5 points for West Side.
You see Moldy Socks heading to the penalty box. That leaving us with 3 blockers apiece.
It's all right. She still has a huge smile on her face. Another nice sweep from West Side there.
Yeah, great offense there by Raybot.
Oh, great footwork by Murderface on the outside there. That's for another Grand Slam. 5 points. Very close on the inside there. And that is Murderface calling it off.
From her back in the middle of the track.
She did pick up 1 point before calling it off, though.
Nice
1
work
point
there.
is better than no points. So that was an 11-point jam for West Side, I believe that should have been.
We will wait till that comes up. All right.
That was an 11-point jam for West Side. West Side Gory. I've got to try and remember that.
All right. Looks like West Side will be starting with the power jam this time. Tame Impala picking up a penalty just at the end there.
For something, not entirely sure. That is timeout over. Looks like we are getting back to the game. And jam is off.
Or on?
Or on? Jam is on.
I'm going to go with on.
I'm going to use the I'm tired excuse for that one.
Crosbeast is out there as the only jammer on the track representing West Side Gory. Delicate toe stopping on along the inside line.
Crosby
Comes in
was
for another crack.
recycled to the back there for a little bit. Looks like we have lost a couple of rough cuts blockers there.
We
And
have indeed. Crosby's picking up lead jammer.
that is lead status to West Side Gory.
Tame Impala back on track for the rough cuts. Copping some big hits up there from Grim Henson at the front. Eventually pushes through. Not lead jammer though. That honour has gone to Crosbeast already.
Crosby doing a little bit of a dip under one of the rough cuts blockers there and then calling off the jam, scoring all 4 of the rough cuts points. That is a timeout for rough cuts. That's probably a good time to thank the City of Greater Bendigo and Skate Victoria for hosting the event.
And not just Skate Victoria, but especially Nixie, Bama, Alex, Bliss, Bob, all these people that have worked so hard all year to bring this event here, and we are super lucky here at Dragon City Derby Dolls to have them bring it to our town and for us to be able to offer a little bit of support. So
being able to have this in our
thanks.
own backyard has been amazing. Also means that all of us at Dragon City get to go home really quickly and have some drinks after our games.
Or we could stay
Suckers.
here and commentate.
Like we've chosen to do for some reason. It must be because of how much we love the sport.
That is true.
That's got to be the reason.
Hooray for roller derby. All right. And that is the end of that team timeout. Skaters are returning to the track. Looks like we are going to see Gory Spillmore out there as the jammer for Westside. And 141 Buster Seams for the Rough Cuts.
This is such a close game so far. Only 15 points difference. It's making me nervous.
Alrighty, jam is on. We have got 3-on-3 in the pack.
There's a clockwise block being called on Jack-O-Lantern, I believe.
Yeah, Jack-O-Lantern heading to the penalty box.
That is Gory Spillmore out for lead jammer for Westside, though.
Yeah,
Coming up to the pack fast.
Buster Seams almost getting through, then getting knocked to the inside and recycled to the back. Grim Henson and Kapow, braced by Raybot, doing a great job of making life difficult.
There are some very fast feet out on the track today.
Yeah.
Mesmerising, really.
All right, looks like the Rough Cuts jammer heading to the penalty box on a multiplayer block.
That was a power jam for Westside, but they have called it off, meaning they will be starting on a power jam, which is a great advantage to have and probably very valuable at this point.
Yeah, let's see what
Definitely
Helter Skeletor can do with her 30 seconds of being the only jammer on track. Alrighty, jam is on here on track 1. Jack cops a huge hit there. I believe that was Campaign delivering that.
And
Helter Skeletor through with lead.
this is exactly what they need to close that gap. Not a big point gap, but it'd be good to close it if you could.
Nice partner blocking there. Campaign pushing Reprimander into Helter Skeletor, knocked to the outside and recycled to the back. Oh.
That is a grand slam, 5 points for Helter Skeletor.
Nice hit there by Splatterpuss. Helter Skeletor knocked to the inside, recycled all the way back.
Rough Cuts have really good control over their pack, don't they? They're very strong. And that bridging was great. It's really good bridging.
Excellent teamwork by both teams out there. Oh, Helter Skeletor going down in the middle. She's back up. She looks Splatterpuss in the eye and rethinks whether she actually wants to go through there. But she does, but she picks up a cut track, unfortunately.
There was a big smile on both their faces then, though. It's so great to see. I love so much love in the derby community.
All right, with Helter Skeletor sitting in the penalty box, that releases Buster Seams, who returns to the track as the only jammer. Alrighty. People falling down all over the place in the pack. Reprimander has picked up a penalty. She'll sit for 30 seconds. And that jam went the entire 2 minutes.
That
No
was
wonder they all look tired.
a 8-point jam to Westside, bringing the score to 45 to Rough Cuts and 43 to Westside.
It is close.
I believe the same thing happened yesterday, that the closest game of the day was the last game of the day. 2 points.
I cannot confirm or Glory 50.
Only 5 minutes left in this first half. Anything could happen in this game, clearly.
All right, Tame Impaler out there and Helter Skeletor. No, Gory Spilmore. I'm sorry. Nice work there by Skate Invader, running Spilmore to the back. Bit of a pile up there on the inside. Both jammers struggling through, but Helter Skeletor, no, Gory Spilmore, sorry again, picking up lead for Westside Gory.
An amazing hit out by Westside there, able to recycle Tame Impala back. And Rory has come around again for her scoring pass.
Just using her free time there to knock Grim Henson down twice in a row. Looks like we had some skaters at the front there that were just a little bit committed to what they were doing and did not realise those whistles that were being blown were on this track. It was a little difficult here.
All four of them though, wasn't it? So it was hard to... I mean, often if you block after the whistle, there is a penalty for that, but when everyone does it...
Yeah, I believe there was just a call of ladies. There is 2 tracks running here simultaneously, so it can get a little bit confusing with the noise bleed.
We have Helter Skeletor, that's right, and Slappuccino for rough cuts. I'm trying to get these Halloween names right because I wouldn't want them to go to waste. They're fantastic.
Campaign returning from the penalty box, slams her way into that Westside pack.
We have Helter Skelter out for lead jammer for Westside Derby Dolls.
We've just seen a cut track call there on Slappuccino. Helter Skeletor. Only having 2 of the rough cuts blockers to contend with. But Splatterpuss and Campaign are those 2 blockers.
That is a power jam for Westside.
It is. Nice penalty kill there by the rough cuts. They've wound down the clock a little.
Great offense by Westside there to help get Helter Skeletor out of the pack for a grand slam, 5 points. Great footwork on the outside there. That is another 5 points for Westside before Helter Skeletor calls off the jam.
And that is another lead change. Westside back in front.
That is 58 to Rough Cuts and 61 to Westside Gory.
All right, we've got Murderface out there to jam for Westside. Slappuccino still in the penalty box after that cut track, I believe it was, in the previous jam.
Jam is on and Murderface is getting a nice run up to try and smash through those blockers. She's good at that, I've noticed that. And she's out, lead jammer for Westside.
She is indeed. Slappuccino back on track and making contact with the pack briefly, and then she sails on through.
She is difficult to hold in that pack. There's Murderface out for 4 points. And she is calling off the jam. It's a 4-point jam for Westside.
Over on the sidelines, we see Northside fresh from their victory against the South Sea Sirens on track 2.
Lots of smiles around.
Smiles and sweaty faces. Looks like Slappuccino was nice and refreshed from that trip to the penalty box. She is our jammer for the rough cuts again. Crossbeast for Westside.
Slappuccino, as always, very difficult to contain, and she gets out for lead jammer for the rough cuts.
Crosby's having a bit of trouble over there with penalty box and Splatterpuss. Penalty box being sent to the penalty box. Crossbeast still having some trouble there. Rough cuts knocking back to the outside again. Slappuccino round 4, a 5-point pass.
And Crosby is out after Rough Cuts lose 3 blockers to the penalty box. Looks like one will have to return to track and serve their penalty a little bit later on.
Yeah, Buster Seams will be staying on the track to return to the box once someone stands up.
Great jam by Slappuccino there. She did really well. Scoring 6 points for the Rough Cuts before we reach half-time, putting us at a 1-point gap between Rough Cuts and Westside half-time.
At half-time, with 2 Rough Cuts blockers in the box.
And one needing to return to the box.
This is exciting. All right, so we are going to take about a 15-minute break here. If you are watching at home and you would like to flick over to the other channel, we have Witches of East Vic playing against the Rookie Wookiees. One of our mashup teams here. So they are playing in Division 3, and this is the 3rd place game for them as well, I believe. So if you'd like to cast your eyes over there, we'll be back with you in about 14 minutes and 14 seconds.
Just about.
Alrighty, we are shortly going to get back underway here on track 1. The third place game for Division 2, Rough Cut Rollers, Westside Gory. 1 point the difference here at halftime, so if there's anything you need, go and sort it out now. This is an exciting game, and then come back and see what's going on.
I believe we might be starting this half with a few people in the bin too. It's going to be, is it Rough Cut's going to be a bit short out on the track?
Oh, look, I'm not going to speculate on who it was, but there was definitely some sort of penalty box craziness going on just before that jam ended.
Either way, we have some amazing jammers on both teams. So, and blockers, of course. Blockers that can hold jammers, jammers that can juke around blockers. Anything could happen. I believe there's still massage tables set up over there for anyone in desperate need of a massage. Some very positive chanting from both teams there. This is such a close game. Anything could happen. High spirits all round, it seems, which is great, especially at this time. What are we seeing now? 7:20. That's why I am so tired. I'm not going to let go of that. It's my excuse for everything. Looks like the teams are starting to line up on the track, talk a little bit of tactics, game plan.
Yeah, looks like you were right with that call that Rough Cuts are the ones that were in the penalty trouble at the end of the last half. Reprimander will need to return to serve once the box has a seat for her. Splatterpuss, the only blocker on the track for the Rough Cuts without any penalties pending. Slappuccino will be jamming for the Rough Cuts, and it looks like we've got Gory's Fillmore for Westside with a full contingent of blockers.
Anything could still happen though, because there are, as said before, amazing blockers and amazing jammers from both teams. So they could be one blocker on the track from each team and they might still hold that jammer.
Big shout out to Samurai AV for the technology, mostly the tunes. They have been sweet tonight. We're just letting everyone at home know that it's great here, and whilst it's wonderful that you're watching, you should be here, especially KO, who literally only left here about an hour ago and is watching at home.
And sending messages through to pass on to other people. Why didn't she just stay?
Alrighty, thumbs up from the head ref. Looks like we are about to kick things off for the second half here. And jam is on.
Amazing footwork on the outside there by Rory, and she gets lead jammer for the Westside Derby Dolls. That's Westside Gory for this weekend.
Slappuccino having a bit of trouble there with Kapow and Raybot at the front, but she is free and clear.
Slappuccino is out of the pack. That is Rory back out again for 4 points, and she calls off the jam before Rough Cuts can pick up any points.
Looks like I did speak too soon about Splatterpuss not having penalties. She has headed to the penalty box along with Reprimander, who needed to serve that one from the first half. We are going to see Westside heading out with a 3-2 pack advantage, I believe, on this jam.
We have Tame Impaler jamming for the Rough Cuts and Helter Skeletor for Westside Gory.
Jam is on. Helter Skeletor busting through, cops a hit from Campaign just at the end, but did manage to regain her footing is the lead jammer for this jam.
And she calls it off. No points for either team in that jam.
But we do still have a relatively full penalty box.
It is looking pretty cozy in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like we've got Skate Invader out here for the Rough Cut Rollers. Murder Face for Westside Gory. Again, we're seeing a 3-2 pack advantage for Westside.
Murderface smashing into that 2-all at the front there, as she does so well. And she is out. Lead jammer goes to Westside Gory.
All skaters cleared from the penalty box, I believe. Skate Invader having a bit of trouble up the front there from Spooky Cointro and Jack-O-Lantern. Murderface in the pack on a scoring pass.
And Skate Invader is being recycled by Westside. Although they got a little jumbled up in the pack there, it seems. Really strong wall by Rough Cuts at the front here.
Really making life difficult there for Murderface at the front of that pack. Splatterpuss dropping back to bridge and keep those other blockers in play. Slappuccino picking up a penalty.
Murderface is out for 5 points. That is a grand slam for Westside, and it seems Slappuccino has gone off.
Skate Invader on the receiving end of some offense from her blockers.
Seeing some amazing recycling by Westside here.
Skate Invader doing a great job of guiding Murderface into her blockers.
Great pack awareness in this game too, I'm noticing. Lots of good bridging from both teams.
Yeah, we've got Spooky Cointro and Moldy Socks doing the bridging at the moment. Skate Invader just with Kapow to pass. And is clear. Looks like we've had an out of play block issued on Kapow. Jam is called.
No points on that pass for either team, but that was a Grand Slam jam for Westside Gory, giving them 5 points, and they're now on a 10-point advantage.
All right, Buster Seams skating out with the jammer panty for the... No, lied. That was the pivot cap. Slappuccino to be the jammer for the Rough Cut Rollers. Crosbeast for Westside. Crosbeast on the receiving end of some fierce pushing by Slappuccino. Slappuccino out with lead jammer.
See that amazing juking she did at the start there?
Yeah, great footwork.
She is fast.
Multiplayer block called on the Westside Glory jammer. Slappuccino knocked to the outside and to the ground. Picks up 4 points.
I believe it was 3 points, maybe? We're getting confused here.
All right, we've got 25 minutes to go in this half. I believe this is the first time we've seen Splatterpuss out there with the star on her helmet. This will be a power jam, and I believe it will go the full 30 seconds with Crosby's just sitting down at the end of that jam. Jack-O-Lantern trying to do some damage up the front, but Splatterpuss has fought her way through. She's picked up lead jammer.
We could see another lead change in this jam. Especially in a game as close as this, that power jam start is so valuable.
Nice triangle up the front there. Moldy Socks and Jack-O-Lantern being braced by Grim Henson. Splatterpuss is out. 5-point pass. Crosbeast has returned from the penalty box, busting her way through the Diamond Valley triangle, but ending up on the outside of the track and being recycled to the back. Splatterpuss back in the pack on a second scoring pass.
And Crosby makes it out of the pack. Splatterpuss calling it off there, picking up 3 points before a call off. So we have Slappuccino now jamming for the Rough Cuts and Gory Spillmore jamming for Westside Gory.
Yeah, it looks like we've got Campaign standing in the penalty box for the Rough Cuts. Other than that, all skaters on track. Again, we are seeing a 1-point game over here.
That is a cut track called on Slappuccino, I believe. So this will be a power jam for Westside.
Gory out there with lead.
So she will have at least 30 seconds on the track on her own now. Westside going in for some offense to help their jammer through.
Beautiful work there by Campaign, knocking Spillmore to the outside and recycling to the back. Lots of action going on. This is no passive offense.
Calling the jam off before... Who do we have in the penalty box? Sorry, Slappuccino. Slappuccino in the penalty box for Rough Cuts at the moment. So Gory has called it off before she could get out of the penalty box, making it a power jam start for Westside.
All right, looks like the pack is lining up right there on the jammer line. A little bit of jostling for position. Helter Skeletor on the receiving end of a knock to the inside of the track. Great work there by Campaign and Buster Seams running her back. Slappuccino out of the box through the pack and is lead jammer.
Helter Skeletor out as well now. No lead for her, but she is not far behind.
We have got some fast skating by both teams out there. I've got a feeling with only 2 Rough Cuts blockers out there that Slappuccino will be trying to kill some time and jam is cold. Looks like there might be a slippery wet patch where some sweaty player has slid across the concrete. Ew. All right, Murderface out there to jam for Westside Glory. Tame Impaler for Rough Cuts.
Looks like we have a 4-2 pack advantage for Westside. Jam is on, and Murderface hitting the front, and amazing footwork on the inside there. Oh, cut trap, back block, sorry. Back block against Westside.
Huge star pass to Splatterpuss from the Rough Cuts. Jack-o'-lantern with a great chase down, but Splatterpuss is free. Star on head, ready to score some points. This is a power jam for the Rough Cuts.
We're seeing quite a fast pack here now too.
Not now. Really grinding. Lots of physical pushing there. Splatterpuss trying to get past Jack-o'-lantern and Moldy Socks. She is through. That is 5 points for the Rough Cuts. Murderface out of the penalty box, crashing into the back of the Rough Cuts wall. Now, I believe we have no lead jammer on this jam. It will go the full 2 minutes. So I feel like everyone's going to be a little bit tired by the time this jam is over.
2 minutes is a long time in roller derby.
Yeah, especially in these really slow, grindy packs where everyone's just making life difficult for our jammers. Got a forearms call there on Splatterpuss as the jammer for the Rough Cut Rollers.
So it will be a power jam in favour of Westside. It seems Moldy Socks has gone off on a forearms penalty, so there is a pack advantage to Rough Cuts, 4-3.
Murderface has pushed through on the initial pass and is now eligible to score points on this approach. Nice knock there to the inside. I believe that was Campaign that delivered that. Murderface being sent off on a cut track. We have got a timeout called by the Rough Cut Rollers. Just a reminder to everyone, if you are planning on going to the after party tomorrow night at the Black Swan, you will need to buy a wristband here at the Rebellion venue. They are $5 and they are available at the front desk. Alrighty, everyone taking a bit of a breather here during this time out. Having a bit of a chat. Scores at the moment, Rough Cut's back in front after that jam. They're on 83, Westside on 81.
We're seeing a lot of those 2-point differentials at the moment, aren't we?
This has been such a super close game the whole way through. Just a little bit edging forward, back and forth. Out there we are going to see some form of confusion with both jammers in the box.
Not sure that I've ever seen that situation before. Starting with both jammers in the box.
Yeah. All right, whistle is blown. Splatterpuss has been released. She is on her way out. Slappuccino running in there to play some beautiful offense. Splatterpuss just with kapow to get past.
Splatterpuss is out for lead jammer for the Rough Cut Rollers.
Yeah, everyone resetting, working out where they want to be in this power jam situation. Nice offense there by Reprimanda. Splatterpuss getting around, calling the jam. Murderface had just re-entered the track.
It's great footwork and dodging there by Splatterpuss just outside the pack.
5 points picked up there by Splatterpuss to extend the lead of the Rough Cut Rollers.
We have Crosby lining up on the jam line for Westside Gory against Slappuccino for the Rough Cuts.
And I believe for the first time in a while, we have no one in the penalty box. That's nice to see.
We have a full pack.
Clean game's a good game. All right, jam is on.
I'm seeing a lot of this tactic all teams are using where they're trying to catch that jammer in that strong 3-wall and then they're dropping that offense to come in and help their jammer out.
Yeah, sure are. Slappuccino with some beautiful footwork there. She slipped through. She is our lead jammer. Crosby's hot on her heels.
Taking that great whip on the outside off one of her blockers there to make sure that she follows closely behind Slappuccino.
Nice smart play there by Slappuccino, picking up some points, 3 I believe, to none for Westside.
They are extending that gap slowly, but we could still see another lead change.
That is
This
true.
Still a very close game.
Out on the jam line, we see Spillmore for Westside and Splatterpuss for Rough Cuts.
We have one Rough Cuts blocker in the bin, I believe.
Jam is on. Everyone trying
Fast feet by Rory at the front there, and some really strong pushing by Splatterpuss at the back.
Yeah, both jammers just jumping around, trying to find that gap.
And
Nice
that is
knockout.
Splatterpuss being recycled to the back again, and that is Rory out for lead jammer for Westside Gory.
We have no star on the head for Rough Cuts. All right. Splatterpuss is free and clear. That was a Star stash. Star back on head, and Spillmore calls it.
That is a 4-point jam for Westside Glory, closing that gap again.
We've got just under 15 minutes to go here in the second half of the third place game.
This game is definitely keeping me on the edge of my seat. I can see people in the crowd literally on the edges of their seats. Hello, I'm talking to you, yes.
And I feel like I can safely imagine that those that are watching at home are also on the edge of their seats.
Don't fall off.
Possibly
it's a safety
more
hazard.
comfortable seats. All right, Slappuccino up for the rough cuts. Helter Skeletor for Westside. We've got some sort of chat going on in the middle.
We have one blocker from each team in the penalty box at the moment too, so it'll be a 3-on-3 at the moment, from as far as I can see.
Looks like we've got a conversation happening there with the head ref and Westside.
I wish I knew what they were saying. I get so curious. Tell me all your secrets.
All right, things have gone fairly quiet here. Is it halftime on track 2, Bob? It is halftime. Scores over there for those of you that are too lazy to look over your shoulder or are at home. East Vic Witches of East Vic, they are on 99. The Rookie Wookiees are on 80. So we've got quite a close game going on over there as well.
Got two close games going on.
I believe that's for third place in Division 3, or I could be making that up.
We're about to find out. It is. It is for third place in Division 3. So we've got two third place games going on at the moment for Division 2 and Division 3, both of which are really close. So I wish I could break in half and go watch both games.
Well, at the moment, there's nothing to watch on either track, so...
I think a tumbleweed might come rolling past soon. It's getting kind of awkward here. So probably a good time to thank again our sponsor, Skate Victoria, and thank the City of Greater Bendigo and Dragon City Derby Dolls for hosting the event.
Big shout out to everyone who has done the work all year long to bring this event to us again.
Also, a big thanks to all the people who volunteer their time, not just skaters, but we have so many people behind the scenes. We have NSOs, people spending time on the door to sell the tickets, spending time at the bar. We need people to come forward with RSAs and that sort of thing. A lot of volunteers work to put these events together.
Sure does. And then we have the key people for each area that take on way more responsibility than they probably need to, and we super love them and appreciate all their hard work.
And we just get to wander around enjoying all of their hard work.
And talking about it. Alrighty, head ref is having a conversation with the captain from Westside, and I still have no idea what is going on.
Well, this timeout's been going on for somewhere around 1 million years, so I'm really curious to know what it's... Oh, it's over! Timeout is over.
Game is on. All right,
again, we have...
Slappuccino and Helter Skeletor.
And Helter Skeletor is out. Lead jammer goes to Westside Gory. Splatterpuss not far behind though. Slappuccino, sorry. Yeah. My mistake. Not far behind. The pack knows it too.
Oh, big hit. Skaters down everywhere.
That is 2 points after the call-off for Westside. No points there for Rough Cuts. Closing that gap again.
All of that contact deemed legal.
And it seems that Slappuccino is going straight back out for another jam. She is a bit of a legend, I must say.
I do love that when she feels like it hasn't quite gone long enough, she's like, I'll just have another crack.
She's like, no, I'm fine. I don't need a rest because I'm amazing.
Yeah. You know who else is amazing? Murderface.
And that is jam on. Bit of a stack from both jammers there.
Yeah. Skaters on the floor, everyone is back up and engaged in the game though, and that's what we like to see.
Good run back by Splatterpuss there. She is on it. I see her run jammers back a lot. She's fast.
Yeah. We're really seeing those triangles making life difficult for both jammers. A lot of rotation.
Great bridging by both teams there as well.
Everyone playing their part.
That is lead jammer status. Sorry, lead jammer status goes to Slappuccino there for the rough cuts.
Yeah, she did manage to pick that up, even though she was still trapped. She had got her hips past that foremost opposing blocker. Murderface wedged tightly in amongst four. Oh!
And that is Moldy Socks sent off on a penalty. That is the third blocker, it seems, from West Side sent off for a penalty in that jam. She may need to return to track and serve her penalty a little bit later on. So we'll be starting off with at least a 4-2 pack advantage to Rough Cuts. We have an official timeout, I believe.
Yeah, it is. I believe that was one of the NSOs wanting to question something with the head ref. All right, looks like we're going to see Skate Invader taking the star for the Rough Cuts. Crosbeast for Westside Glory once we get this game back underway.
I guess they're trying to figure out what they're going to do with the West Side blockers that they've got in the penalty box at the moment. Just a reminder, I believe we have a very limited amount left of our 2016 Bendigo Rebellion merch left. I believe we may have sold out of a lot of stuff already, and if you are wanting any merch...
Black 8 has fouled out, but she was in queue. So we've had to assign somebody else to serve her penalty, assign the correct number to the paperwork and move on. So Black 8 has fouled out. Can we announce that?
Yeah, so Black 8 Moldy Socks has fouled out of the game, will not be taking part from this point onwards.
So they were trying to organise someone else to serve her penalty, I believe, to fill that spot. That's what we were just talking about. Sorry about that cut in communication there.
Crosbeast and Skate Invader. Skate Invader picking up lead jammer for Rough Cuts. Nice tight pack there.
Wow.
Skate Invader flips up the inside, picks up 5 points. Crosbeast still having a trouble of a time. Forearms assessed on Splatterpuss for that hit that knocked Crosbeast to the inside.
And Crosbeast is out of the pack.
We are seeing blockers down, blockers in the penalty box everywhere. We've only got 2 from each team on the track.
Skate Invader doing some amazing jamming there. Some really fast feet, juking, using the angles of the track really brilliantly as well. So that's putting our score at Rough Cuts 104, West Side Gory 87.
Yeah, this is definitely the biggest lead we have seen for a little while. Rough Cuts pulling ahead in the last couple of jams. What we will see now is Gory Spillmore and Tame Impaler out there. I believe we only have 2 blockers apiece on the track.
It's hard not to get blockers penalties, this late in the game. Everyone is tired.
Yeah, especially after a big weekend like this. All of these skaters on their 3rd game in 2 days.
For the people at home who are going to watch this game later on, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week.
Beautiful work there by Tame Impaler, picking up lead for the Rough Cuts. Spillmore out of the pack as well, though, and not that far behind. Great hit there by Splatterpuss, knocking Jack-O-Lantern to the inside. Oh! Skaters down all over the
That
place.
is 2 points for Westside and 2 points for Rough Cuts. So equal points there on that last round through.
There is
Equal
a giant
points for the
moth
whole
flying around near the
game.
track. That could get interesting.
Where's the moth?
Around near the track. All right, Jam about to start. We've got Helter Skeletor and Slappuccino out there. 3 blockers apiece this time.
I've got to admit, I'm still distracted by that moth. I'm worried it's going to go in somebody's mouth or something. Close your mouth, skaters.
And that would be disgusting.
Oh, that is Helter Skeletor off on a penalty, unfortunately.
Slappuccino really riding that line. Picking up lead jammer in the process. The revolving door of the penalty box is going.
Slappuccino gets knocked to the inside there and forced to call off that jam. She does pick up 3 points before calling it off, though. Good effort.
Yeah, calling that jam to enable a power jam for the Rough Cuts. We've got Skate Invader out there with the star. A full contingent of blockers. Let's get some derby happening. Or let's have a time.
Is it a
Team timeout?
Team timeout? Yes, team
timeout
timeout.
for Westside Glory, which we learnt from looking at the scoreboard. All right.
That was that trick that we learned earlier.
It's true. For those of you who are interested, over on track 2, we have still half-time, so the scores have not changed.
I would hope not over halftime, because that would be someone doing a dodgy, I feel.
That
Oh no,
is
it seems
true.
they've started back again.
Literally as I spoke.
I guess we can give you an update on them soon then. That's another close game that we have tonight. These are the last 2 games for day 2 of the 2016 Bendigo Rebellion.
Yeah,
we will be back tomorrow for our grand finals.
Yeah, so that'll be the first place games for all 3 divisions. I believe Division 3 will kick off at 10 a.m. Then we'll have Division 2 at midday and Division 1 at 2 o'clock.
That's right. We
Those
are back. That
No.
is Jam on.
Jam is on. Skate Invader with that.
Amazing footwork on the inside there. She gets through very quickly.
Yeah, took a big hit at the end there. I believe that was Grim Henson that laid that out, but stayed in bounds, got back up, is your lead jammer.
Pack speeding it up now, trying to keep those points.
Nice footwork there by Skate Invader, managing to stay in bounds despite the awesome blocking of Jack-O-Lantern and Raybot.
That is Helter Skeletor out of the pack for Westside. She gets through quite sneakily between that Rough Cuts wall. Skate Invader calling off the jam, but picking up 3 points before having to do so.
All right, Rough Cup Rollers extending their lead. They are now out at 112. Westside Glory sitting on 89. We have about 7.5 minutes to go in this game.
Another timeout, it seems. I believe this is an official timeout.
No, team timeout for Westside.
It seems that skater 8008 Splatterpuss has fouled out for the Rough Cut Rollers. That is 1 foul out from each team so far.
Alrighty, jam about to start. We've got Slappuccino and Murderface out there. Murderface busting through for lead jammer.
Lead jammer
Slappuccino being caught up there by Raybot at the back.
Seems
Jack-O-Lantern
Jack
heading
has
to
gone
the
out on
penalty
a
box.
penalty as well.
Slappuccino free and clear, not lead jammer though. That honour has gone to
Murderface is out of the pack for 4 points, and she calls off the jam before Slappuccino can get around to stake her claim.
All right, 4 points picked up there by Westside Glory.
Closing that gap once again.
They got a little bit of time to try and close that gap. Let's see what they can do. All right, Tame Impaler and Gory Spillmore out there as our jammers.
We have another timeout, it seems. We have another foul out for Westside Gory, unfortunately. It would be number 425, Jack O'Lantern.
Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what happens in these last 6 minutes. Jack O'Lantern, Splatterpuss, and Moldy Socks, all quite influential players when they are on the track. So it'll be interesting to see what the teams manage to do without them. Nice work there by Slappuccino, running Gory Spillmore back. Tame Impaler taking advantage of that, picking up lead jammer for the Rough Cuts. You can see Vodka Bruiser back out on track. It's been a little while since I've seen her out there.
Amazing footwork by Rory on the outside there, but unfortunately she does pick up a cut track, and that is lead jammer status and power jam for Rough Cut Rollers.
Yeah, we definitely had a brief moment there where Kapow was the only Westside skater on the track. She's been joined by Raybot. Tame Impaler.
Another 5 points for Rough Cuts there. That is 2 Grand Slams. Great footwork by Crosbeast on the outside of the track there. Even as a blocker, she does not let up.
Yeah, I feel like what we're going to see here is some really tired skaters. The loss of people for foul outs is difficult when you don't have a lot of players to start with, and both of these teams were running a little short initially.
It was really good sneaky footwork by
Slappuccino. Beautiful spin there on the inside.
Helter Skeletor not far behind though. Both teams trying to fight for the front now.
Yeah, Slappuccino giving a bit of direction to her skaters. Comes through, picks up the 1 point over Abot, but I believe that will be 2 points because of a skater in the penalty box.
For those that don't know, once you pass that
3
first
points.
blocker, you pick up the points for all skaters in the penalty box as well.
Yeah, that has been corrected to... That was corrected to 3 points on that jam for the Rough Cuts. Out there we've got Tame Impaler and Murderface.
Murderface gets that good run up when she's jamming. Helps her smashy her way through that pack, I believe.
Yeah, I definitely think that the initial impact there is a punch and not a push.
And she is spreading that pack out.
That, however...
I know what you were going to say, but not quite. She is out for lead jammer for Westside.
It would have been perfect timing.
It would have.
Got a clockwise block called there on Spooky Cointro. Tame Impaler.
We have Murderface coming up.
Back up.
Oh, great toe stop? I was about to say toe work. Great footwork on the inside line there by Murderface. She gets out for a grand slam of 5 points for Westside.
Yeah, I believe Tame Impaler is still on the initial pass there. Crosbeast.
Oh, amazing blocking by Crosbeast at the front there, pushing her out. Murderface, another 5 points for Westside.
Yeah, I was hearing a lot of noise there from the supporters in the crowd cheering on Westside. I don't know if they're cheering on Westside because they love them or because they love a close game of derby. And that is what we are seeing at the moment.
Murderface through the pack again for... Oh, she's got a blocker at the front there. I almost spoke too soon, but she does get another 5 points for Westside. That is another grand slam.
All right, 5 points have been picked up by Murderface on that previous pass. Tame Impaler still on her initial.
That is Murderface calling off that jam.
A little bit of conference between the refs there.
That is Westside picking up another 2 points, bringing that to a 17-point jam. Really valuable amount of points at this stage in the game.
Yeah, another one of those, and we're going to have a 2-point game again. 1 minute 50 left on the clock.
One jam could make all the difference here, though.
One big jam, that's all that is needed. Slappuccino and Gory Spillmore lining up with the Stars.
Seems we have a timeout. That makes me nervous. Thought we were ready to start.
Both bench coaches being called into the middle, though it is showing on the board as a Westside timeout.
So we have had 3 skaters in total foul out this game so far, but it is the end of the day. Can you really blame them?
Both bench coaches heading over to their players on track to have a quick chat with them.
Do you think that skaters that foul out, I feel like someone should buy them a drink. I feel like someone should buy them, I feel like they can drink now. So someone should probably go get, not me because I'm busy, but somebody should.
All right, bench coaches have had a chat with their players on the track. Not quite sure what that was about. Slappuccino and Gory Spillmore.
Jam
And the
is
jam
on. Oh, see the way Slappuccino got that leg in that wall there. That was tricky. And unfortunately, a low block. That is a power jam to Westside, and Rory is out of the pack. Crowd is going nuts.
It is definitely what Westside needed in this situation.
They
Going
will
into
need
jam,
this to be a
19
20-point jam to get that lead. Amazing footwork by Rory on the outside there. That is a grand slam for Westside.
That has cut the lead down to 14 points. A lot of love in the crowd there. We had a forearms call there on Gory.
Unfortunately, that means that Westside will lose lead jammer status, and this will be a 2-minute jam with only 40 seconds left on the period clock. This will be it.
Slappuccino back out there, trying to push her way through. With alrighty.
Period clock still clicking.
Sorry guys, we will need to take a bit of a break from the game. Unfortunately, we do have a skater down. Probably a good time again to remind the people that are here that we do have a few food stalls open still.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to those vendors for coming along to feed our hungry faces.
Absolutely.
Sorry, go Razor.
I was just going to remind everyone, if you do want to go to the after party, make sure you buy your wristband. $5 available at the front desk. While you're there, check out what weekend merch is left over. Clearly, we don't want any of that left over once the weekend is over. So if there's anything you're after, go and pick it up now.
Honestly, I don't think there will be any of that left over, especially not by tomorrow. So if you do want anything, hop on it.
Everyone
with haste, people.
Everyone loves Star Wars themes.
If you're at home watching, I don't care where you are, if you want some, you should probably drive to Central Victoria right now and get a T-shirt.
All right, quick check-in on track 2. East Vic Witches of East Vic and the Rookie Wookiees. We've got a close game over there as well. Witches of East Vic on 119. Rookie Wookiees on 105. Looks like they've got just under 20 minutes to go on that game.
What is it with these end of day super close games? Most people, I think everybody will have played 3 games so far. This will be the end of the last rounds of those. So everyone playing in the finals tomorrow. Oh, still on 3. I've made a huge mistake. I'm sorry.
And even more tired than our skaters are probably our refs and NSOs. They've been doing every second game for the last 2 days. So big shout out to all of them.
Yeah, we think we have it hard. I think both teams are regrouping. I'm not entirely sure just yet. I believe we will have time for one more jam. I could be wrong. I could be.
Could be more.
Could
Good
be
point,
100
Bob.
more jams if each jam goes for 0.011 of a second.
You're right, maths is not your strong point.
I think that I am fantastic at maths.
All right, maybe I made that up. Big shout out to our friend Bob here, who has coordinated not only the people to talk on the microphones, but has been doing his best to bring uninterrupted feed to everyone watching at home. Technology being what it is, it hasn't quite worked out that way all the time, but it's not for lack of trying. So big shout out to Bob.
Another massive shout out to St. John's Ambulance Service too for being here for us in the case of any injuries. We have unfortunately had a few, which is usually the case with any roller derby tournament, but they have been on it when we have needed them.
Yeah, this concrete floor is fairly unforgiving.
It kind of fights back, I feel.
All right, so just a reminder, we will have more action here tomorrow at 10 a.m. We will see the battle for first place within Division 3. I believe that will be Paradise City Lightning versus... No, that is wrong.
I believe the Paradise versus Lightning game will be at 10 o'clock, and that will be...
Paradise Lightning versus Vice City Betamax. That is the 12 o'clock game for Division 2.
We are at the end of our rope, I believe, here at the Bendigo Stadium. And then the grand final for Division 1 will be at 2 p.m. I got that one right, didn't I?
Yes.
Lucky.
Yes.
Lucky. At least we got one right.
Yeah, and the grand final in Division 2, I'm going to speculate, I don't know 100%, someone correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that will be the VRDL Queen Bees versus the Adelaide Adelaides.
We are very close to the end of our day here. Can we see the scores from the other track now? Is there a gap closing in those scores?
Sure can. So Witches of East Vic 127, Rookie Wookies 112. They've got about 16 minutes to go over there. All right, so we have had our injured skater picked up by the St. John's. Thanks to them for that. Ambulance Victoria are in attendance. So we wish her all the best. I believe that was Buster Seams.
It is very unfortunate when we do have a skater injured, but we again thank the St. John's Ambulance Service and now Ambulance Victoria for being here in the nick of time.
Alrighty, and that is the end of the official timeout. Skaters returning to the track. There is 33 seconds left on the period.